Hello guys, welcome back to Sun Crypto. In today's content, we're going to talk about XRP on the macro scale. We're going to talk about XRP BTC on Poloniex on basically quarterly chart, right? So before we get started, make sure to hit the likes, make sure to basically subscribe to the channel if you're new to the content. Make sure to also basically check the link in the description for our public Telegram group if you like the content. All right, so let's dive into the analysis, right? So as you can see, that's basically a XRP, quarterly chart on Poloniex. That's a 3-month chart, right? So if you are basically trading XRP on a day-to-day basis, this video might not be for you. It might not suit you, okay? But if you're looking for a long-term view for XRP, a possible, bull run, a possible bottom formation, a, price action to be looking for within the next few months, this video basically is for you, and you could be accumulating much cheaper XRP within the next few months. All right, so let's dive into the analysis, right? As you can see, like that's a quarterly chart, right? I already said it. So you can see like we started just about like July 2014 and got a nice bull run all the way up to like 8,000 sats from like roughly around like just about 100 sats to 100 sats to basically 8,000 sats. That's a big move, guys. In one quarter, XRP was basically able to make these type of massive gains, right? So as you can see, we bottom out, okay? We retrace down all the way down like to roughly around like a 400 sats before going all the way up to like almost 25,000 sats, guys. So can you imagine like buying BTC just about this area of let's say $500, right? You buy bits at $500 and you sell just about like a 25,000. So the amount of basically gains you can get from XRP is actually very crazy. So and XRP tends to do this type of move like in a quarterly basis, like a 2 quarter at the most, right? 3 quarter at the most. So it is kind of crazy, right? But right now we're basically facing a major downward pressure. You cannot deny it. Since like a 25,000 level, right? XRP is basically been dripping down all the way down to basically 2,000 right now. So we bottom. The current low is just about like a 2047, so which is basically very low compared to like a 25,000 sats. So what are we looking for right now? We're looking for XRP basically to be able to find support just about like 1,000 sats, right? So if we find 1,000 sats, we can expect like XRP to start some sort of like aggressivity towards the upside and basically try to retest the 21 EMA on the quarterly chart, which is like just about like a 4,000 sats, right? But it is going to be very crucial because most people, who basically look at XRP in a macro scale, they're going to be buying around like a 500 sats. It is like almost 75% drop from the current price of XRP versus BTC, and it could be also a 75 to 80% drop on the dollar value. So you got to think about it. XRP is at just about 20 cents. If we drop 75% of that, it is going to be roughly around like a 5 cents. So we're gonna make a transition from the BTC value to the BTC value to the USD value next. All right, so it is very crucial to pay attention to your quarterly chart, right? If you basically have a long-term view for XRP, my honest opinion for XRP, it is like we most likely going to be retesting this level of 1,000 to 500 sats. Okay, it is just about another 50 to 75% drop. I said it last year. Okay, I said it last year on a monthly basis, and I was like, XRP needs to close above 30 cents on a monthly basis to be bullish. Okay, and as you can see, we could not close above 30 cents in any given month over the last 12 months. That's actually very bearish. Okay, so as of now, we cannot close like I'm going to show you on a monthly basis, but also on a monthly basis we've been struggling very hard to close like above like 3,000 and so on, right? So another thing I also wanted to discuss is like we got a possible head and shoulder, but I wouldn't be too bearish if like we basically retrace down to like a 500 to 1,000 sats, right? Why I'm not going to be bearish? Because a head and shoulder is a top formation, not a bottom formation. So let's say we got a nice pump to the upside, right? And then price gonna do something like this, right? pump back up, come back down, and give you this sort of head and shoulder. But XRP, we do not have any pump to the upside to basically create this head and shoulder formation. So it is just a bottom formation. So I wouldn't be too bearish and wouldn't listen to anyone saying like XRP is basically making a head and shoulder and it's basically going to zero and all of that good stuff, right? So just to keep it short on the macro scale versus BTC, we still got a lot of potential for more downside. Okay, it's 50 to 75% drop. All right, am I comfortable with XRP like a dropping all the way down to 500 to 1000? Absolutely, I'm very comfortable. Does it mean I'm gonna be panicking, selling all my XRP, or not buying XRP and basically trashing XRP? No, it is just a market cycle, and I think this cycle could be ended, right? If we retrace down to like a 500 to 1000 sats level. It could even be a week. Okay, it could be like a week, just like this type of week, just drop down to 1000 before pumping all the way up to basically 25,000 sats, right? So let's keep that in mind. XRP is still a major alt to pay attention to, a top 3 coin within the last 12 to 2 years, XRP being like in the top 5 coin. So I don't see any reason why XRP is going to zero, and it is very accumulative. Yes, it is bearish, but you want to buy at the bottom. Okay, imagine, like I said earlier, imagine you bought XRP at 500 right there, and you're gonna sell at 5,000 in less than 6 months, right? Less than 6 months, guys. It is only 2 quarters. You buy XRP, let's say you buy BTC at $500, and you sell at $25,000. That's actually a very good good gains. Okay, so that's the only way I can basically express it, right? So now let's take a look at XRP USD, okay, on basically Poloniex. XRP USDT, right, or USD, whatever you want to call it. It is actually not looking that great. It is basically confirming our analysis versus BTC. As you can see, back in September, I said it on a monthly basis, right? XRP needed to close on a monthly basis. We needed to close like just like we did right there. We could not sustain like a close above like a 30 cents or so on right there. Okay, so you can see like we've been getting rejected by the 21 EMA, and I said like we need to close above 30 cents, right, on a monthly basis. And back in October, XRP did not, let's see, we closed just about like 29.45. okay, and when I was saying like XRP needed to close above 30 cents, that was like back in August, September. We could not close above 30 cents. Even even the push we got, this fake out we got to the upside, we got rejected by the monthly 21 EMA. So we're not looking great at all on the monthly basis. Also, you take a look at it in terms of Fibonacci retracements, right? I said it previously when XRP was like 40 cents, and I was like, if we break this level, okay, of 25 cents, we're most likely going to be retracing down to the next fib level, which is going to be like a 10 cents to 11 cents range. Okay, but I was just saying like start buying around 13 cents to 11 cents, which was like 50% pullback. Now we're looking for a double bottom. All right, a double bottom on XRP, just about like a 50% pullback at 10 cents. And if we're not going to be able to hold it, this could confirm, right, our BTC value for XRP could be dropping all the way down to like 1,000 to a 500 range, which is going to be roughly around like 5 cents on a on a dollar value. But it all depends how BTC is going to be performing. But if we're going to be retracing down to this level, regardless what's the price of BTC, we 0.618 going to be just about like a 5 cents. All right, 5 cents. So which is like another 75% drop, which is basically very good, at least for the short term, to accumulate more XRP for the next run up. All right, so another bullish setup. All right, I would just wanted to add to the XRP chart is like whenever we retrace down to a fib level, we tend to basically go back to the previous one. What I mean by that, right? So as you can see, XRP, right, after we dropped down like back in like September 2018, we pumped like almost like from 25 cents, right, all the way up to 80 cents, right? Because we retraced down to like a 382, right? 382 was like 24 to 25 cents, and then we pumped back up to like a 236. And as you can see, we dropped down to 50%. What we did, okay, we basically repeated the same move by pumping back to the previous fib level. So what I'm expecting, if like XRP drop down to like a 5 cents, it is most likely going to give us another very aggressive move back to like a 10 cent or even like a 25 cents range. It all depends on the volatility, but at least for the short term, if you're looking for a nice swing, 0.618 going to be 5 cents, and then basically 50% pullback after that going to be just about like 11 cents range, okay, which is another 100% move if you're swing trading, right? XRP to accumulate more XRPs, right? All right, guys, that's all I wanted to cover. If you like the content, make sure to basically hit the likes, make sure to join our public Telegram group, and if you are basically looking to join the premium group, send me a message once you join the public Telegram group. All right, guys, thanks a lot for watching.